So which of the candidates is most friendly to small business? Joining me now, Carol Roth, a business expert and best-selling author. Carol, welcome back to the show. You know, I got to tell you, I mean, I'm supposed to ask a question, but I sort of have an opinion here, and I wonder if you agree. It seems like everybody tries to cozy up to the small business owners, tell them that they're on their side, and then when the push comes to shove, where are they? It doesn't seem like they're really behind small business owners.
Well, Jerry, you and I usually are on the same page, and we are again here. I think the fundamental problem is that the GOP candidates, and frankly, all of the candidates across the board, don't truly understand what it means to be a small business. What are the makeups of these kinds of businesses? Very funny thing that everyone's talking about all of these corporate tax cuts that are going to help the small business owner.
Not so much.
Well, you know that. Yeah, 90% of the businesses in this country are pass-through entities. They're LLCs, they're S-corps, and they don't actually pay corporate taxes. They pay individual income taxes. So all of this discussion of these tax cuts aren't really going to help the small business owner at all.
I just don't think they can relate. They don't know how to figure out what's most important to small business. I wanted to cite a survey here from Sage, which talked to small business owners about what really is important to you and what is costing you money here. What blocks small business growth? The cost of doing business, high taxes, and too many regulations. You know, it's pretty simple. You would think it was the most complicated thing in the world, but not really, right?
I agree with that. And you have to remember, this is 28 million small business owners, 22 million of which are individual entities. And these are the kinds of things that are holding them back. These are people who are spending, Jerry, about 40% of their time on administrative efforts, not out there running their business. I think it's almost incredibly common sense. You and I can figure this out, that we want business owners to be working in their businesses, not on the administrative efforts. So anything you can do to streamline the tax code, to take away the regulations, to make it easier to hire employees are things that are going to foster growth. And if you think about it, 28 million small businesses, if 50% of those hired just one person, we'd have no unemployment.
There you go. Well, okay. So one of the ideas out there, I want to see what you think of it, 100% expensing for new business equipment for small businesses. Would that really help? And which of the candidates' plans seem to be at least coming closer to what small businesses need?
Well, certainly we all love the idea of expensing equipment. You know, having to figure out depreciation is just another headache. So I think that is something that's going to help. But is it really going to take a small business owner and make them change the way that they're reacting about their business? Probably not. We're hearing a lot about, you know, manufacturing and equipment. Most of the small businesses in this country are now in the service economy and are not making major investments in terms of equipment. So those kinds of cuts, while they are helpful, aren't going to be the pivotal ones. I think that there's a big question mark, to get to your second question, Jerry, a big question mark over which candidate is the best, because really they're all focusing on these corporate tax cuts and not on the individual income rates or the self-employment tax, which is another thing that's really critical to small business owners. And the funny thing that we have going on here is that we actually have scenarios that could cut the corporate tax rate lower than the individual income tax, which means now small business owners go, oh my goodness, now I'm going to have to change my corporate structure in order to be tax effective. That's just more headaches and paperwork for them.
More headaches and paperwork, but it may be the thing to do if they get serious about that at the end of the day. Carol, thanks for coming on tonight. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.